Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rikah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sincere salutation, told I can pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwath who are listening learning, you few sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Masolano Camp, coming at you with another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another day of edification, Lord willing, this be edifying. And I'm going to title this lesson, you can liken this to Israel and Judah being harlots throughout the four corners of the earth. You can liken this to Israel and Judah, the southern and northern kingdom, being harlots throughout the four kingdoms throughout the four winds of the earth, throughout the four corners of the earth. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. You see it. Check this out, man. This video is titled Virgins for Sale in Colombia in World's Biggest Brothel. Check this out, man. You can liken this to the so-called Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom being harlots, committing spiritual adultery against Yahweh Shema Shah. Check this out.
Medellin, Colombia, a city made famous by one man, the drug baron Pablo Escobar. For over a decade, he ruled these streets through extreme violence. In the 90s, shootings, car bombings, and random murders made it by far the most dangerous city in the world. Escobar is long dead, but the years of chaos have left a darkness in Medellin's soul. I have been following Colombia's drug wars for 15 years. In that time, most of the violence has moved to Mexico. But this city is still suffering from its narco legacy. Medellín es famoso por su
y es famoso por las mujeres bonitas y viene mucha gente a conocer mujeres bonitas y a tener turismo sexual.
For years, the easy cash of the drug trade has fueled a huge sex industry. Even the taxi drivers are in on it.
Yo le demuestro todas estas chicas, ¿verdad? Las puedes viendo mientras de manejo desde 200,000 pesos. Tienen un apartamento, ya se contactan y se van al apartamento de ellas.
They say here, if you put a roof on Medellin, it would be the largest brothel in the world. This is Medellin's red light district. Daniela has been walking these streets for 5 years, since she was 11. Prostitution is legal here, but the age of consent is 18.
Donde llegan chinos, llegan brasileños, europeos, extranjeros, de todo, toda clase de hombres.
And with all the power that Esau Edom has over the four corners of the earth, you tell me they can't stop this, man? They control the earth, man. They can stop this. But what the scriptures say? When the king is wicked, everything else is wicked. Everybody else is wicked, man. They're following after the king, man. You telling me with all the power that Esau Edom has, he can't stop this, man? This is the man of sin, the son of perdition. He want our women to be this way, man. Southern and northern kingdom, man. Destroy, man. But guess where this come from? This come from Yahweh Shema Shah, man.
Menores de edad y hasta más. No le gustan las niñas de 16, 17, sino de 11, de 10, de 9. Sí.
But some visitors aren't satisfied with just young girls. Pablo Escobar famously liked sleeping with virgins. Now, for a premium price, sex tourists can do the same. As the drug trade fell away, the gangs that control these barrios look for a fresh source of income. This shocking new trade means mothers all across Medellin live in fear.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué más pues? Bien, bien,
Milenguita's daughter is just 11 years old.
¿Y tú cómo te llamas, perdón?
Natalia.
Natalia, buen tu nombre.
But her mother says the gangs already have plans for her.
It's
Pero me
sick,
dijeron que ella
man.
estaba candidata, que era muy posible, pues,
And you
que
see on the right hand side, a father did have plans for his daughter, man, to be married to a righteous man. You see, this is that left hand side, man. Talking about they already got plans for her. This is that left hand side, man. And the reason these things is playing out, first and foremost, is Yahweh Shema Shah. But these devils can stop this, man. Just like they can stop world hunger, man. But what do? They pass bestiality laws. They pass transform and equal to act rights. That's why we need to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here, man. Our northern and southern kingdom women are destroyed. But this is the Lord liking us to them, man. This is how the Lord likened us. Because we played the harlot against Yahweh Shema Shah.
que se la llevaran y de lo que le interesa es una niña virgen, una niña seria. ¿Qué más que una niña cristiana? Entonces ellos son inteligentes, ellos saben a qué van. Entonces ellos dijeron, bueno, no ahora, pero ya su niña pues está vista.
¿Tú has hablado con tu hija acerca del tema?
No, pero sí le he dicho que se cuide mucho, que si alguien la llama que no haga caso, que si alguien le va a dar dinero que no, que si la van a montar en un carro que grite, que mantenga muy pendiente pues de las cosas. Ella ya sabe, pues no sabe pues, qué han dicho sobre ella, no. Pero ella me mantiene muy alerta. Yo la mantengo muy alerta con la otra niña también.
Pretty little girls, man.
This is not the image of Medellin the authorities want to promote.
Pretty little girls, man. Growing up to be harlots, man. This is the Lord. Hey, this what the Lord say. This what we did. This what the men of Israel did to the Lord, man.
They have spent millions cleaning up the city, attracting visitors, and trying to show it has moved on from the past. The mayor told me that they had reports of virgins being sold, but had not investigated. So local people have taken matters into their own hands. This graffiti says it's not a rumor. They're buying and selling girls for sexual exploitation. They means the gangs. The gangs control everything in the barrios, including the trade in virgins. For weeks, I've been trying to persuade them to talk. They finally agreed, but only.
You see, in the barrios, the favelas, the ghettos, and the hoods, that's you Jakes, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. The Lord said he was going to scatter us throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So when you read Revelation 2:9 and say, I know thy works, tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Right? That's talking to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians because of the bloodline that runs through our veins, man. We have a royal bloodline that runs through us, man. And Lord said we was going to be reproach. We was going to be proverbs and bywords, man.
Only if we don't reveal their identities. These men are part of the city's main gang, La Oficina. They inherited Pablo Escobar's empire. La Oficina control these streets. Their business is drugs, extortion, and the sex trade. Tonight, they're keen to show me how easy it is for them to find new virgins. Medellin is less violent than it used to be, but still the life expectancy of these gang members is not high. They feel they have nothing to lose. They spot two young girls and start talking to them. They invite them to a party. A couple of minutes later, the girls give them their phone numbers. It was incredible to see how the gang members stopped two 14-year-old girls and groomed them in 10 minutes. They got their phone numbers, and possibly in a couple of days they will take them out shopping, buy them a mobile phone, and in a week or two, those two girls could be sold as virgins. Half an hour later, I meet up with the gang members.
¿Crees que esas chicas eran vírgenes?
Tenían caras.
Posiblemente.
Ahí es donde ya tenemos que empezar a entrar más en detalle con ellos, a hablar. Ya uno busca
Las de la
pruebas.
ropa y...
Hasta si es posible le toca a uno tantear.
This Deuteronomy 23:17, it reads, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel."
Primero, para cerciorarse. Ya le toca a uno hacer unos piquitos y empezar como a buscar la forma de tantear también a ver si sí.
Esas chicas tenían 14 años. ¿Ellas sabían en lo que se estaban metiendo?
No.
No sabían.
No, porque ahí se juega con la inocencia.
Pero la gente que va a mirar esto va a decir, ¿cómo que están haciendo eso con las chicas? ¿Qué piensas tú de eso?
No, a nosotros no nos interesa el sentimiento. Si el sentimiento no hay, no.
Eso no hay corazón.
¿Para qué?
Es una empresa, eso es la ideología. Nosotros esto es un negocio. Un negocio que surge de la calle y se da la posibilidad de efectuarlo y se hace.
In this men's violent and cynical world, the two young girls were nothing more than a way to make money. I wanted to know what kind of man would come to Colombia to have sex with girls this young.
El extranjero Paul Anthony Brailsford fue capturado por el DAS.
Paul Brailsford is the only Briton convicted of having sex with children here in Colombia. In 2011, he was arrested in a hotel room with child pornography and accused of sleeping with two girls aged 12 and 14. He didn't have a gang to groom the virgins for him. He did it himself. He's now spending 20 years in prison. I managed to get him to agree to an interview from inside the jail.
We know the sentence,
Yes.
and and the charges that were put against you. What do you have to say about that?
Well, basically, I'm still fighting to get out. I'm innocent. Yes.
You're innocent. You
Yes.
say you didn't abuse.
No.
those-
Unfortunately, here there are many underage hookers.
Yes.
Okay, and I got caught in a sting. I thought they were older. Yes,
Yeah.
no problem.
They were 12 years old. I mean,
One and the other one, 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, both tall.
Yeah.
Yes, tall as you.
Yeah.
Very well endowed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you thought what? They were over 18?
Yes, I thought old enough. No problem.
What he didn't know is that the day before, I had gone to see one of the girls he was convicted of abusing. The legal age of consent in Colombia is 18. Naomi is now 16 years old. When Paul Brailsford slept with her, she was just 12.
So they said the legal consent is 18, but they start out at 11. So you see, I guess that's for the locals, for the ones that's 11. When you live in the city, those that come out of the city, You have to be one that's consented to 18. Man, this is all wicked, man. But I'm using this to show this is what we did to the Lord, man. This is Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. And me and the brother went through this in a lesson that we did, man. This is Jeremiah 3 and 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return to her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Yeah, she done took another man's rod. She supposed to be casted away. But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. You see? The Lord is calling us to come home, man. Israel done played the harlot. We done played the harlot with many nations, man. Many idols, okay? Because they're not gods. They're idols. Let me get this in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 30. In verse 14 it reads, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. So the Lord say, these false gods, these idols that we went to worshiping after, man, we went to play the harlot with. The Lord say, all thy lovers have forgotten thee, because they ain't no lovers. They ain't no gods. They idols, man. They are idols, man. Okay? In Jeremiah chapter 10, in 10 it reads this. But the Lord Yahweh is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting king. And his wrath, the earth shall tremble. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble. And the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He that made the earth by his power, he have established the world by his wisdom, and have stretched out the heavens by his discretion. In Psalms, what is that? Psalms 96. In verse 4 it reads this. For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols. But the Lord, Yahweh Shema made the heavens, man. So Jake been running around worshiping these idols, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 5. It reads, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one God, the Father, Yahweh, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Yahweh Shah by whom are all things, and we by him. There's only one power. There's only one omnipotent, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shah. But what we do, we played the harlot, man. This is Isaiah 54 and verse 4 it reads, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither shalt thou be confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thy maker is thy husband, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the power of the whole earth shall he be called. For Yahweh have called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a woman of youth, when thou was refused, saith Yahweh. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith Yahweh, thy power, thy Redeemer.
told me she was not a prostitute, that he groomed her after seeing her on the beach, and then abused her.
Well, how did she get out there? Why was she out there? If you ain't out there prostituting, who put you out there?
Over several months.
No, mami, entonces se puso a llorar, entonces cuando me dijo que no, que las tenía amenazadas, que ya no me podían decir nada porque estaban amenazadas, que si me decían algo o a los vecinos las mataban. Lo que hizo ese señor fue bajarle la autoestima a mis hijas y encochinarlas.
I mean, she's 16 now, and for me, she doesn't look 18.
Okay.
Still. So, if I think back, and 3.5 years ago, when she was 12,
But this
she
is not-
wouldn't have looked...
This is your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
yeah. So you didn't thought she was 12?
No. Your opinion, my opinion.
Yeah. So you didn't think she was 12?
This is Jeremiah 31:13. It reads, "Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together." This talking about the men of Israel. We the virgins of the Lord. "For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow." This is talking about the men of Israel, man. That's why I tell you this. Listen to this. In Jeremiah 31:22, it reads this. "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?" That's to the men of Israel, right? It say, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall come past a man." So because the daughters of Israel, the men, because we went off, our women are going off, man. That's why your woman don't care about you, man. She ain't fully for you. She ain't ready to produce for your table. No, it's about them, man. It ain't about you. Even you being in this truth, it ain't about you, man. It's about them and what they can get, man. It ain't about you, man. It's not about the men of Israel. I'm talking about them that's in this truth, man. That's being diligent every day. Doing what they supposed to be doing according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. These women, it's not about you, man. It's all a game. And we'll finding out they ain't about bringing to your table what they can add to your table. Even if your table is beat up and got cracks in it, it's about them, man. That's why the apostles always say, man, worry about this work, man. Worry about doing this work, man. Don't worry about it. Hey, they'll come in the kingdom, man. Because at the end of the day, they can tell you certain things, but they ain't really down, man. They're not really down, man. It's a game. So it say, again, Jeremiah 31:22, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?" This talking about to the men of Israel. We backslid against the Lord and played the harlot. So since we did that, the Lord say, "For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall come past a man." So that's why we see our women doing better than us, man.
Your opinion, my opinion, and that was it. Yes.
Yeah. And do you have anything to tell them?
Do I have anything to tell them?
Yeah. If you had them in front of you, Gloria and her two daughters, what will you tell them?
I don't know. I don't know. Close it down. Close it down.
See? And to prove that when I read in Jeremiah 31:22, and it say, "Oh, backsliding daughter," it's talking to the men of Israel. This is Jeremiah 3:14. "Turn, oh backsliding children." That word children supposed to be sons there. Okay? It's supposed to say, "Turn, oh backsliding sons." Okay? Of Israel. "Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and will bring you to Zion." You see? That's what the Lord said in Isaiah 1:26. It's this, the Lord is talking to the sons of Israel, man, about turn back. It say, Isaiah 1:26, "And I will restore judges, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city." You see? He's going to restore our judges and counselors. What are we supposed to be doing? We supposed to be counseling our people to repent and turn back to the Lord, man. That's why I tell you in Galatians 6:1. You that are spiritual, restore such a one in meekness, man. In the spirit of meekness, man. This is what we're doing. In Isaiah 32, and one that reads this. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, Yahushua, and princes shall rule in judgment. You see? And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The Lord is talking to the men of Israel, man. He said, return, I will take thee back. We played the harlot on every tree, man. But the Lord said, come back. Now, in the physical sense, let's read this. This is Ecclesiastes 42:9. Hold on, let me get this. Ecclesiastes 42:9. Let me see here. Ecclesiastes 42:9, it reads, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. So the father can't even sleep at night, because once a woman get her period, that box is hot, man. It's hot. Fire hot, man. Sirach 42:9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age. What's the flower of her age? She has gotten her period. Lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married. Because once they pass the flower of their age, we married them off to a righteous man. Okay? You saw the movie Coming to America. That's what, hey, we watched that movie for years, man. I watched that movie growing up when I was young, man. Now we understand the significance of the movie, man. That's Israel's customs. That wasn't the heathen customs. That was the Israelites' customs, man. Yahweh set that up to be our customs, man. A father married his daughter. When she got that period, the wife, the husband's wife, the father's wife, she trained her daughter up to be ready to marry a man. Taught her how to cook, clean, maintain the house. That was our custom, man. So once they got that period, man, a little bit after that, they was married to this man. And these two families came together as back and forth with the one father, the two fathers. They probably had different type of crops was growing. And it was all to support the family, man. It was about supporting the family business, man. Okay? So it say, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, least she pass away the flower of her age. Because she was already married. Once she got to the flower of her age, the father already married her to another righteous man, to a righteous family. It say, least she passed away the flower of her age, and being married, least she should be hated. Meaning what? She was made a whore. That's why I tell you that Joseph wanted to put Mary away privately. Joseph, being a just man, was willing to put Mary away privately. It say, in her virginity, least she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. And that'll be wicked, man. And having a husband, least she should misbehave herself. And when she is married, least she should be barren. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city. And that's why I said in Matthew 1 that Joseph, being a just man, was willing to put Mary away privately, because they already had sex before the families came together. And they went into the marriage chamber to consummate the marriage, and that she bled out on a light colored blanket to show that she was a virgin. Her and Joseph already had sex, man. It say, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Yeah, the father would have been ashamed. Found out that his daughter had sex before he was able to marry her off. It say, behold not everybody's beauty and sit not in the midst of women. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Better is the churlishness of a man than a covetous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach, because she went against her fathers. She went against the law of the Lord, man, and did her own thing. Ecclesiastes 9:1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither one to die in a solitary place thereof. And that's what's going on. These guys go here to Colombia and Mexico and look for these harlots, man. This is off, man. It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith, look, it say love is kindled as a fire, man. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thy heart incline upon her, and so through thy desire thou shalt fall into destruction. Because you get trapped up. What did King David say? Ecclesiastes 7:26, it reads, and I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, which is a trap, and her bands and her hands as bands. Whosoever pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. You see, they are traps, man. Don't get caught up in your feelings, man, about these broads, man, because they'll make you fall, man. They have other plans going on, and you'll never know it, man, until that one day they say, I'm out. What do you mean you out? Yeah, I'm out. That's how they get down, man. You think they for you and they with you? They ain't, man. They got their own agenda going on, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 19. You think they down with you, man? They got a whole agenda going on, man. Yeah. It's Ecclesiastes 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And that's why we're going to put curses, man. We put these Hebrew curses up, man. And just wait. And just wait. It may not happen overnight. But guess what? It will happen. You think the Lord ain't dealing with you? Listen, man. Just stay humble. Stay 2 feet, 10 toes, grind it down, doing the work, and watch how the Lord play out for you, man. For you men out there that's doing the work, man. Ecclesiastes 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Verse 21 reads, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Verse 25. It say, verse 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And that's in 1 Timothy 2, man. Okay, it say Adam did not sin first, but Eve did, man. It say, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. Now who set these women up? You don't think this devil can go over there and stop this, man? They control the earth, man. The power's in their hand, man. Like I said, they can cure world hunger. They can stop this, man. But why would they? They're the left-hand side of the Lord, man. Their job is to promote wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, man. This is Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 8. A drunken woman and a gather abroad cause a great anger, and she would not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. What eyelids? They get these lashes, man. These demons out here, man. It say, if thy daughter be shameless, Keep her in straightly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And who gave our women liberation? The devil did, man. This is verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Because they're going to do it, man. Don't marvel if your woman trespass against you, because they're going to do it, man. They're going to do it, man. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. You see what's going on? They prostituting all over the city, man. Okay? And this devil done set up this Instagram and social media, Facebook and all that, man. Don't nothing going on there but a bunch of harlotry, man. Whoredoms and harlotry, man. That's what goes on Facebook and Instagram and all these social media sites, man. Closing precept is Proverbs 30 and 20. Because they sit down by every hedge, man, and open her mouth, man. Demons, man. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. You see, that's what they do. They say, oh, I'm hanging out with the girls. And they come back and they done been doing their thing all night with another dude. That's what they do. That's why you can't trust them, man. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And goes into eating abominable foods. You thinking she with you, she following dietary laws. She been out eating shrimp and crab. Wiping her mouth talking about, I had a chicken, I had a grilled chicken salad. Oh, I had this. No. It said for 3 things the earth is disquieted, and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and who's our servants? These Edomites. They in reign, they in rulership. It said for a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. Why? Because he got the resources. Verse 23, for an odious woman when she is married, and an handmaid that is heir to her mistress. So the handmaiden overtook the mistress. Okay? It said for an odious woman when she is married. Odious means unpleasant. Okay? And that's what the Lord's showing us, man. So Lord willing is edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rikak, Kodash. That honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth toward the four winds of the earth, the entire world, looking at the hopeful elect. Shalom. Wah, Abba, Abba.